Now, the other move, and I'll be stopping in about 5 seconds, and I'm going to ask you guys to actually look at each other, introduce yourselves, because the one thing I mentioned at the beginning was that this is all about community, and that's why I'm glad Bill did this. It's not about you fighting somebody, it's about all of you understanding that you're responsible for your neighbor. And if you can do something to help the little old lady that you live next to and you want to help and you want to walk her home with, you want to feel a little more responsible for her, you should have the training that you're going for now. And it's about helping people. If you're somebody at a bus stop and you know them, now you'll pull over and you'll offer them a ride. Well, maybe before you would not because you're too busy, because you don't want anybody to be at a bus stop alone. So it's those kind of things, that actually help people. Let's just see, there's another move. Ah, yes. I was on the subway earlier and I was trying to grab you on the knee, right? Remember that? All right. You guys were late, so you missed it. All right. When a person, well, you're all right, I'll just go, but I don't like him, No, it's all right. If a person tries to grab you here, there's pinkies are a woman's best friend, not diamonds. Because, come up here. Come on. Don't worry, it's all right. You notice that, everybody? Don't worry.
It's your turn now.
Yeah, it's your turn. Come on up. If a person goes to grab you, and you got this little pinky in your hand, you can twist hands, right? It hurts a little bit, it hurts a lot. And if you even grab it that way, what happens is the pinky, again, you're looking for a way that you're stronger than the other person, all right? And the way you usually are is that you're going to use a weaker part of their body in your defense, all right? So if she's sitting there and I put my hand on her knee, she can grab my pinky because that's exactly where it is. You take your hand, you just grab it. No, not just pinky to pinky. We're not going out again. You grab all 4 fingers and you just pull lightly. That's it. Yeah. But that little thing will usually stop somebody from, because at that point you kind of know what they're trying to do. And as I mentioned earlier, there's never a direct assault a lot of times. It's kind of like feeling the person out. It's kind of like, should I?
Yeah.
Should I? Well, I didn't pick you because I'm going to pick on her, but she's scared and she looks, and you know what? I read an article and they say, and the woman pled for her life and said, please don't hurt me. And they invariably say that. And you know what? Save your breath. Save your breath, because nobody's going to be swayed, especially guys that do it, or like this guy that's a serial rapist or a serial sodomizer. He's not going to be swayed by your tears or by your pleading. So you know what? You save that energy. You use the energy to look and see what he looks like. Use the energy to think about getting away. Use the energy to possibly get an opening for something. You do not waste it on pleading, because pleading is not going to work with the kind of persons that we're dealing with right now. Those 2 guys, there were 13 separate assaults, 9 of which, by the way, as you mentioned, Julia, 9 of which were never finished, which means that I'm glad we learned that, because this is what this class is about. We all thought it was 13 assaults, right? Rapes, and that got through. 9 out of the 13, pretty damn good odds, did not go through because those young ladies fought back. Yeah, if I knew that, I would have felt a lot better. And now I did. And I did feel better, because it's what we're saying today. If you fight back, you have a damn good chance of getting away. All right? People shoot at you. I mean, this I don't believe, but it's statistics that everybody uses. And statistics can be used as a drunk uses a lamppost for support instead of illumination. You can use stats for anything. You can tell me that, 1 out of 3 people are killed, and you hear this and you kind of believe all this stuff, and it's really, a lot of it is not true, because you can use this for anything, right? Like, for example, last year we had a 100% increase in assaults. Well, what they didn't tell you was there was only 2 assaults last year, now there were 4. That's a 100% increase. They're not lying, but they're not really being truthful, all right? It was so low to begin with that any increase is going to make it. So if they tell you these things, listen to the media, listen to the news with a grain of salt, because they invariably use things to shock you. Not to give you the truth and the news as it should be, but to shock you. So, let's see. The last, no, actually not the last. If you don't want to gouge somebody's eyes out, what can you do? Anybody have an idea of a simple way that is actually very efficient to stop somebody from a frontal attack?
Hit the nose.
The throat's good, but it's kind of dangerous, because unless you're really close and you can do it right, and again, the thing, that's considered an advanced move, because you really have to be good at what you're doing, and it's very good, it works very efficiently. but it also could kill the person.
How about kneeing them in the groin?
That's good, but you're a little too close again, okay? I want them farther away. So the person comes, sir, her? Who? Her or him? Yes? Okay, the nose? No, okay, sir, come on.
You're up, man.
You're up, man, you're up. All right, see the Bluetooth? Never wear this when you're walking around. No, okay.
Okay.
A person comes at me. I don't know what to do. A lot of people worried about making a fist. As a matter of fact, there was an assault, I think 5 years ago or more, in this area. 2 young ladies, one got killed. They were in a bar, a nightclub. A guy looked like a nice guy. Took them to a place, and it was 4 in the morning. It was he owned a place where they had all these video games. So one lady's playing the video games, and he takes a hammer, and he's going after the one young lady, and he killed her. But her friend saw this happening and wanted to stop it, and it was in the report, and she went to hit him. But because she had nice long nails, she even said, she says, you know, I couldn't hit him hard enough because I couldn't make a fist. So all she was doing was this. And it didn't do anything. And then he went after her. Thank God she didn't die, but she still felt so bad about not being able to do anything. Well, most times, if I hit him with this in his jaw, I'm going to hurt myself because my fingers are smaller and weaker, even together, than the jaw. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, to avoid hurting myself, I am going to take my hand, which is called an open palm strike, and I'm going to do it in a part where, not here, it's not going to do anything, unless I just want to push him back. Maybe I know him, and he's being a little too amorous, not to me, but maybe to you, and you know, he's being a little too obnoxious, so maybe I just want to push him back, then you could just do that, all right? But if you want to make somebody not be able to see you without gouging their eyes, because eyes are very, if I do this, he's going to step back and he's going to do something. You take your open palm, and you go across like that, and you hit him right here in the nose. What happens when you hit the nose, if you ever see somebody that got a broken nose, 2 black eyes, they're connected. So when you hit real hard right here, and you hit like that, what happens is, it hurts, and his eyes tear. It's kind of like, you know, smoke or tear gas. It works very well. And it doesn't involve real martial arts. It involves just a nice hard hit across the face. And even though he's taller than me, I can still hit him. And it's a pretty big target, and it's close to me. So if he does come too close, you know, I don't have to grab him. I don't have to do anything. I can just go like that. And you know what? You can do it more than twice. Learn to use both hands. Don't use one hand. You know, be a lefty and a right. I mean, boxers don't go.
So how would you use both hands? How would you use both hands?
Well, the same way. Like I'm hitting him like this. He stops me with this hand, right? Grab me. He stops me like this. Well, you know what? Thank you. And that was good, but he just got closer, all right? And that was smart. I don't want to get hit. But that's exactly right.
Okay, so if he did that with both hands, what would you do next?
Oh, no problem. There's always one in the crowd that's got him up. That's a very good question. All right? Come here. I go like this, he's got me. Go ahead, hold me. Go ahead, I go like this, he's got me. Now, what I say before, adamant, don't stop. Now, look how much closer he's gotten to me. Maybe that knee thing isn't so bad right now,
Right,
okay?
right, okay.
Now, when he comes down, a lot of times, if you feint the knee, what happens is the people come down. So, just come down a little slow. I go like this. And what happens is now he's really close. And I can hit him, and you don't want to do this. It's another advanced move. If you remember John Stossel, a number of years ago, he was doing a special with all these wrestlers, and he told the guy, wrestling is fake. Now, you don't ever tell a 7'2" guy that wrestling is fake. So what the guy did was he cupped his hands, and you see that sound that makes? That is your ear, drum, accepting all that air, and it actually took away John Stossel's balance, and he couldn't, you know, he fell right down on the floor, and that's a very, very dangerous move. That's only used in
Did he
really
actually
extreme
hurt him?
situations. Oh, he hurt him. He hurt him a lot. That was bad. And why he did it is because the guy said, you think this is fake? You think this is fake? And whomp! And John Stossel, you know, fell over because that's a really, really dangerous move. And you don't have to, again, nothing. You know how you take a shell, it has the sound of the sea? Somebody told me, and they're right. It's not the sound of the sea. You can do this, and you get the same thing. That little bit of cupping forms a seal. And what happens is, you can almost feel, if you do this now, you can feel that. And if I do it really hard and really fast, you're going to feel it. All right? And that is something that I don't suggest. I suggest the front thing first, because you can really inadvertently hurt somebody for life, you know, because their balance is taken off. Oh yeah, It's very important. While he's here, you know, if you want to go for like an uppercut kind of thing, where you can go for that, if you're about the same height, that works really well. And the thing is with that is, if you do it too hard, it can push this part right into. So you really don't want. I mean, it all depends. Look, a lot of these times, it all depends how serious the assault is. What I'll talk about later is 5 degrees of resistance to 5 degrees of assault. Most martial arts, most self-defense will not teach you degrees of resistance or degrees of assault. They only teach you one thing. So then you don't know anything, so you're gonna, basically, kill the guy over maybe something. So you want to know where you're at in relation to how the assault is going, so that you can do something to fight back. And these things, there's one more. Oh, I love this one. Sorry. Please have a seat. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Edgar, would you like to come up? No, you're all right? Good. All right, young lady, come on up. A very dangerous one, and one that people hate to see and like feel. Hey, hello, she's my height. Okay. Is a frontal choke assault. How many times seen that on TV? Where somebody, and they're always right, they're doing this, and the young lady, and she's jumping all over the place. If somebody grabs you like that, it's a very panicky situation. It's very, very dangerous because you don't feel the air coming in. And what you mentioned earlier, people don't really know how to choke people. If you do it a certain way, well, I won't tell you now because you'll use it. If a person's choking you, there are a bunch of things that you can do, but the first thing you want to do is get relief from being choked. So, choking, easy. You like that one? Nice and easy, all right? So now she's got me, right? So I'm fighting. A lot of people tell you use this and use that, and it doesn't quite work. What you do is, oh look, there's a quarter on the floor. See where she is? Okay, I got her. And believe me, if I don't really like her and I want to grab that quarter, I'm going to knock her down and roll her over because.
Well, okay, can a woman do that
Yes.
when a man
Yeah.
weighs much more?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Why I said about the height thing. There are certain ways that you cannot really obviously do it in a much bigger person. But a lot of times the people are not that much bigger or they're skinny. A lot of guys that assault people tend to be on the skinnier side. I've noticed in these descriptions, 150 pounds, 140 pounds, we're not talking about a gigantic person. So it's all about movement. It's all about how fast you do it, how strong you do it, and how quickly you do it. Because he grabs you, and I'm going to do good. Grab me nicely. Okay, you got me real tight, right? Don't choke me. Good. Okay. You have to tell people that. Sometimes in these demonstrations, it's like, so the person's got you. And how this works is that you're using the leverage and you're knocking her off balance. Because what I'm doing is, I am grabbing right now. Sorry, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I am grabbing her like this. And if I go down, I'm going to be short. Now, if I really don't like her, when I do this, I come up and I give her an elbow just like that. And that hurts a lot because the next move is when we're close to each other and we're fighting and she's like this and I'm like that, I may not have a chance to back up and punch, but I certainly have a chance for an elbow.